When I chirp, shorty chirp back. Hello and welcome to Harambe's Bauble, a Magic the Gathering podcast. I'm Will here as usual with my man DC. Episode 27. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk we'd be here 27 of these things later?
27.
27.
Nah.
Doesn't really.
All dogs go to heaven.
Yeah, for sure. 27. Got a lot going on this upcoming weekend with SCG Con.
Yeah, Star City Games Con, baby, in Cincinnati.
Coming to the old Natty.
Shouts out, Nasty Natty.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
You and Dan are participating in some events. I'm going to be a little more lame and not, but...
Yeah, we paid for the ticketed areas, which just means we can compete for the prize wall in certain events. So like certain drafts, commander, pods, stuff like that. And if we win, then we get tickets, and tickets can be used to purchase things on the prize wall, which is like booster packs,
okay,
sleeves, bunch of stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese kind of style.
Legit, yeah.
I like it.
Good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. We'll be doing stuff all 3 days. There's some cool artists there that we're gonna get some stuff signed by. Shouts out to local artist Joe Slucher, who will be there, who's been on a show of mine on the Nerd Bites Weekly show before. Good dude. He's done a lot of art for a lot of different Magic cards. He's done Defile. He's done Embercleave. That's his probably most infamous card is Embercleave. He's done a lot of random stuff.
I hear you just picked yourself up a copy of Embercleave too. Is that?
I did just purchase a copy of Embercleave from you to go get signed. I've needed an Ishin for a long time. Just needed a copy for a long time. It's just a great card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you, buddy. I hope you can run into Joe and make that happen.
Yeah. If, I can't wait to meet the other artists too. Like I already know Joe a little bit, but it'd be cool to meet the other guys too.
Yeah.
And
Have to
gals.
maybe slide a couple people some Harambe's Bauble business cards.
Did you bring one down here? I didn't.
I forgot.
I'll throw it up on the screen here.
Hot off the press.
These are our business cards.
Harambe's Bauble. Yeah.
If you throw these into your pods, like into one of your random decks, just randomly and use it, please let us know how it goes, because I think it'd be really funny.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I feel like it's a fair design. It's a fair design. You got to pay 40 mana or have a lot of proliferating. I guess.
Or that.
Happen.
Yeah. There's ways to do
ways.
it. Yeah.
But
win the game cards are always tricky.
True. But try it. Test it out. Run Harambe's Bauble next time in your pod and see how it goes.
See how it goes. But yeah, shouts out to Will for designing it. It was a cool design, man. I like it. Yeah.
I'm just a guy, I tie my shoes just like you. Put my socks on just like you. No.
Speaking
of
socks.
Team effort though.
Speaking of socks.
Totally planned.
We have socks.
Socks
on the merch store. So if you want to get some socks that say Dex Out on one foot and For Harambe on the other foot, then those socks are for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely have to get some of those. One day we're going to just be doing that episode with our feet up.
Yeah.
Just like,
hey, I've got some samples on order, not socks yet because I just put those up, but we'll have a mug right here, which is going to be cool. We'll have some other stuff eventually.
Stuff's
cooking. We be cooking, boy.
Yeah. We're throwing a bunch of stuff in the crock pot, and it's
mix it up.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Over in a crock pot. Yeah.
So we got in some games last week.
We did.
Shouts out Dakota for making the huge drive up for his first night at the Coddle's house playing Magic. Yeah, Dakota's a really old friend of mine. Really good friend. He actually started the Nerd Bites Weekly show with me way back when it was Nerd News and Reviews, and then we changed it to Nerd Bites Weekly. And he brought some heat. He brought some cool decks.
He did.
Yeah, we had some good games. Before you got there, we got in a game with, I forget what we were playing. I was playing with Ishin, I believe, maybe. And he was playing I don't remember what he was
Was
playing.
it the dragon? Was that when he played? The
Oh
dragon
yeah, he
deck?
did. Well,
Eshki,
yeah,
or?
he played Eshki, but he wasn't running dragons in it. He was just rather running other things that were
Okay.
power 4 or greater.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he played his Eshki deck game 1. I played Ishin, and Sam played. Oh no, it wasn't Sam. Dan played. I forget what he played game 1. I don't know, dude. I can't remember what I did yesterday. But anyway, I didn't win that one. I know that. And then you came in and you
Immediately ruined the night.
Sparked some
everybody.
controversy for some reason. Yeah, so you brought in your blue deck.
Yeah, brought in Wan Shi Tong and got to pull off the dream combo. So I mean, we've talked on here a few times of how there's like, it's built with the idea that late game I can hopefully either just hard cast, enter the infinite into a Thassa's Oracle, or like Omniscience to draw spell, enter the infinite Thassa's Oracle. But I hadn't gotten to play one of my new editions of Dream Halls, which was volume 2 of Harambe's Flavorful Finds. If you know, you know. And that let me pull off a turn 6 victory, which was easily the fastest I've ever been able to win with that deck. And I knew as soon as I was doing it, I was like, don't do it. I was like, just wait a couple more turns. But yeah, it didn't go over too well. But I get it at the same time, because it's one of those wins where it just comes out of nowhere. And unless you have, I mean, literally a counter spell, you just kind of have to watch it happen, and there's not a lot that you can do.
Well, I believe Dan, shouts out Dan, good buddy. He was playing Vamps that time around.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he may have played Vamps the game before too. And then
No, he was doing Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, that's right.
School.
Yeah,
Or Sauron.
He was playing Sauron that game. He started out with Vamps.
Yeah.
And then he did Nazgul, or he did Sauron that game. I was playing Krenko, and you put a witness protection on my Krenko, which really slowed me down. I was about to make some goblins with him the next turn.
You had some stuff coming though.
I did.
It was coming quick.
Yeah, I had impact tremors on the board.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one I had? It dealt damage every time.
Whenever something left, you had that one too.
Right.
I don't remember what that one's called.
I don't remember, but anyway, I was cooking, and it was looking good because there's a lot of synergies in Krenko, and then out of nowhere, homeboy over here just pulled out the Dream Halls and lived in magical Christmas land.
It was just like pure luck, which we were talking a little bit about afterwards, because we've been trying to understand the bracket system a lot more and kind of pin down more accurately, describing our decks. And I think the speed just kind of caught everybody off guard, because every time that I've won with that deck so far, it's been turn 10 or later.
Right.
So I think it caught me off guard too. It was the first time I ever even drew that card. But that is like the dream hall, the dream possibility of if I can make it work. But I just got lucky that I played Wan Shi Tong, drew a couple cards, I drew into Dream Halls, and then my draw for turn happened to be Enter the Infinite. Mm-hmm. So it was just kind of, it all just came together in a perfect way.
Was Dakota playing his birds deck?
That was the next game.
That was the next game?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what he was playing that game. I don't think he played Eshki again, but he might have. Regardless, I'm getting off topic here. So it sparked some controversy. Love you, Dan. But Dan was pretty salty, and like you said, it sparked the conversation on, well, is this actually a bracket 3 deck? Because Dan made the claim that, well, it says bracket 3 is you start to win at turn 6, not that you win by turn 6. Mm-hmm. And you rightfully pointed out that it's like, well, you could win at turn 6, like that's how it's worded.
Right. So they say, for bracket 3, players should expect to play at least 6 turns before anyone wins or loses.
Right.
Winning implying that everyone else lost. And
and
that aligns with what they say also of no 2-card combos, game-ending combos before turn 6.
Right.
So on turn 6, it's okay to have a game-ending combo.
Mm-hmm.
because that's how long you should expect to play at the fastest.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Thorkel is going to be salty no matter what. I think that's the main thing.
Because it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. And literally, unless you have a counter spell,
you just lose.
You just lose.
Yeah.
And I get that salt because Wan Shi Tong is the only deck that I have with counter spells. So oftentimes I'm in that position of just like, man, I thought I was doing good, and now it just kind of slips through your fingers.
And I made the argument that, my house rule that I have, where it's like the first loser picks last so they can count everyone's deck, would have come in handy there, because if you're playing that deck, obviously, if I were to pick last, I wouldn't want to play Krenko, because Krenko has no answers to that. It just lets it I have no way to respond to that. I would have played something at least that I could have responded with, right? Some sort of removal, something. I just don't have it in Krenko. It's literally just like NASCAR. Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. So there's that, but there's also like the discussion of, well, what are bracket 3, we talked about this ad nauseum. Bracket 3 there's a huge difference between a high 3 and a low 3. I mean, the differences are astronomical.
For sure.
They just are. Yeah. And I don't know if your deck is considered high 3 yet, because we've only seen it like, handful of times.
Yeah.
So we just haven't. I mean, if you're winning consistently by turn 10, then that's not high bracket 3 in my opinion.
Right.
But if you can somehow get around 6 to 8 range consistently, now we're talking, it might be, and that's
definitely a high 3.
Right. And that's why we were talking like, well, you just need reps. You need to figure out how often you can get it that early. If it's not very often, then don't worry about it. But if it is, then you need to come to the table saying, hey, this is a high bracket 3.
Yeah. And I mean, also, I think it brought up the point of like, maybe it's good that we advertise, like, because if you're not playing CEDH or even really bracket 4, it's more like your deck has a range in which it can perform.
Right.
So like if I'm able to pull off a turn 6 victory, like that is by definition the highest threshold of a 3 you can have. But if I don't get that and I have to hard cast it, there's no way in hell I'm hard casting Enter the Infinite in mono blue.
Right.
It's not going to happen until at least turn 10. But if I'm winning at turn 10, well, like you said, that's more of like maybe a lower to mid range.
Yeah.
But also kind of like, so I guess coming to the table with like, here's about the range that I can win, but also maybe a step beyond that of like, here's maybe the pieces that I use to win. So for example, with Wan Shi Tong, I have no enchantment fetches. So the only ways that I can cheat out, I guess now technically, because I got UA the Moon Spirit, I have 3 ways that I can cheat it out. Either UA the Moon Spirit, Dream Halls, or Omniscience.
That's rough, buddy. UA.
Yeah. So, I mean, Omniscience, that's 10 mana. We're still talking, turn 8, 9, 10 at a minimum.
Yeah.
UA and Dream Halls, that's where it kind of can get shisty, because that could be potentially turn probably 6 if it's Dream Halls, maybe 5 for UA, because I don't have to discard cards with UA.
Yeah.
But I don't have any way of tutoring for them. And that's the point, is I don't want ways of tutoring.
Yeah.
They just float around so that if it happens, hey, awesome. And if it happens on turn 10, awesome. If it happens on turn 6, awesome. Like as far as my perspective with the deck, I'm not focused on, I got to get this card. It's like, well, if it happens, cool. If not, I know around turn 10, I might be able to do it anyway.
Yeah. And that got me thinking about my decks and like where they stand as far as like, because most of my decks are, well, except for Brea, all my decks are bracket 3. But most of them can't win before turn 10. They just can't. Like, there's just no way I can get that much fuel out, even in a perfect scenario. Like, yeah, I have infinite combos, but I can't even stumble into those on most of them by turn 10. Like, that's going to be way after. Now, there's exceptions to that. Like, yeah, I could do it in zombies. That can happen. In the perfect world, I could do it in elves. If I get the right combination of cards out, I could win by like turn 6. But even that's hard because I have one tutor. One.
Yeah.
But most of my other ones are just like, yeah, I'm going to be a threat. Like Angels, like I'll be a threat by turn 6, but I'm not going to just end the game by turn 6. Like it's not possible for me to do. And so I think that perspective was good. It was actually a good experience for me to have because it got me thinking about my own decks and like where they actually stand and like thinking about matchups later on. as well. So
yeah, for sure. All a learning experience, and we're still all trying to figure it out, right? Of just how to best communicate to each other, like what to expect.
And I think it's like, it feels like it's our life goal to like really hone in like how you can come to the table, any table, with like giving clear expectations of your deck. I feel like both of us, you and I, are very keen on trying to make sure we're playing fair, make sure we're not like ultra salty with folks. Like we're trying to, I mean, that's we talk about it on the pod all the time, like trying to define what the brackets really are. And 3 is really where we're focusing, because that's where most of the muddling is. Muddying is the 3, because it's just so vastly different. Like a high 2 is not that much different than a low 2, for instance. But a high 3
Definitely
can compete
comparatively, for sure. Yeah.
But a high 3 could compete with a bracket 4 in the right scenario.
Right. On a good day, you could definitely do that. And a high bracket 3, on a good day can all over a low bracket 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just,
definitely a 2, right?
Yeah. And just trying to like, because I think ultimately what it comes down to, at least for me, is when the matchups are more balanced, it just feels like the game is a lot more fun.
Yeah. When it feels like anyone has a chance instead of
instead of like the deck is kind of stacked against a couple of us, or we've all had those moments in games where it's been like, man, like this deck is just not a good matchup for who I'm playing against.
Yeah.
And so trying to minimize the number of instances that we have of that, not just for us, but for others at the table, so that people have a good idea of, here's what to expect if I'm, playing this deck, around when I'm trying to end the game and how I'm going to do that. And so that there's just no surprise of like, well, I thought you said this was blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I told you this is what it can do and this is what it can't do. And, I think in the instance of Wan Shi Tong, it was just luck.
It was.
Dude.
It definitely was.
Like, what's the probability that I'm going to draw in, on turn 5 Dream Halls, and I'm going to draw turn 6, enter the infinite, and I'm going to have enough blue spells to discard with Dream Halls to cast it. Like,
which is why you need reps, because if you are doing that consistently, then you've got the right pieces to fall into it, and it's not really luck anymore. You're making your own luck. Say if you've got enough draw spells or whatever, and you're just like going through your deck enough to where you find it pretty quickly, that could be the exception to that. Maybe it wasn't complete luck, but this did feel like luck.
Turn 6 though,
this felt like
just
luck.
like that's like the earliest it could have happened.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If it's a range of like 6 to 8, like if you're consistently getting it off by 8,
that's fair.
Then I'm like, that's still a high 3 in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that argument for sure.
And
especially a game ender like that, where again it's just so definitive. There's just no, yeah, I get that.
And like I said, no matter what, Thoracle's always the saltiest card.
Yeah.
Like I think most people, when I play Brea, like I don't think most people care about my 3-card infinite combos. It's always when I end it with Thoracle
Demonic Consultation
that people get mad.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a very sudden win con.
It would be interesting to see if you could compete with Brea with that deck. Then we'd really know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to try it. I just don't. I don't know.
It's tough, dude. Brea is just so consistently
because it's
good.
Not focused on like that's just something that exists that can happen.
Yeah,
and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
But it would just probably be good
just to see it
for you to know. Yeah.
Because I mean, even when we did Tifa, I mean, Tifa had a couple of games where it did okay, and I'm sure that's how Wan Shi Tong would be too. Like if I had the right opening hand, I might be able to compete.
Yeah,
but consistently across 100 game sample, am I gonna? Probably not.
Yeah,
because I just don't have.
Which is why we need the reps. Yeah. Reps are important
for sure,
and keep track of your turn orders. We've been doing that,
which that's been very helpful.
Very helpful data.
Yeah,
very helpful
for sure.
Yeah, I think that is honestly a key marker for deck power levels is how consistently you can win by what turn.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So
the next game we played the Angels matchup because Dakota has an Angels deck that's almost identical to my deck. There are very few differences in those two decks. He runs a little more creatures than I do. I run a little more interaction than he does.
Who was his commander? Because it wasn't Giada, was it?
It was Giada.
Was it?
Yeah, but it was Giada. It just wasn't Miku like me.
Yeah. He isn't that nasty.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that game went on forever.
You guys had like a kind of almost stalemate for a while of like just gaining life and losing life, gaining life, losing it.
Yeah, he was putting out like crazy angels, but every time he did that, I got triggers with cards entering, I'd gain life.
Soul Warden.
Soul Warden, yeah. So every time one of those entered, I would gain life, and I just had big chunky blockers, and he just couldn't get through for enough damage. Eventually he would have been able to, but I was able to, I had protection from creatures because of, I forget which angel that was.
Yeah.
But I called, when it enters, you pick what you and your creatures are protected from. And I picked creatures. So no one could attack me, or they could, it just wouldn't do anything. And like if they, they couldn't target me with anything, or I'm sorry, they couldn't target me with attackers either. So like they couldn't attack in at all.
Right.
And so they couldn't block either. Whenever I declared attacks. So I was just getting.
The only hope that we had for that was me flinging my land dude at it, but you had a protection spell.
I did,
at the perfect time.
Dawn's Truce, baby. Dawn's Truce.
Which you got to just tip the hat at that moment.
Yep. I held that in my hand for the right time since turn one. I had it in my hand the whole game.
That's awesome.
Yep. I wish I could think of that angel's name. It'll be here. But that was my MVP. It won me the game for sure. And I ended up squeaking it out at the end. I played a Chroma's Will and
that's right.
Swung in for $1 billion basically with all my angels.
Double strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. The angel off.
That was cool seeing the angel off.
Shouts out Dakota. That was a great game. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, it was fun. And then I played with my Eski at the end, and people got tired and left, and I won by default basically.
How did it end? Because I had the rat deck.
You died first. I know that happened. And then Dan decided to try to do something, and then he just basically scooped because he was going to probably die anyway.
That's right. Yeah.
And so it was just me and Dakota against each other, and he was playing birds that game. That's when he played birds.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't remember how I won. I think I just had big attackers, and that was all. Big dragons.
Yeah.
I didn't really do anything the whole game. I literally didn't attack the entire game. Like I was just playing defense because I was because that's a bracket 2. That's actually a bracket 2. Eski is like, she's not very upgraded from her. Like, yeah, I added a Mox Jasper, and that's really about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically out of the box. So
it's a good one though when it gets going, when the engine gets going.
Yeah, if you hit it just right with those power 4 triggers, then it can get disgusting, especially because you can just vomit out dragons for free out of your hand with certain combinations of cards, enchantments. I have that one enchantment that your dragons cost X less for however many power 4s you control.
Crazy. Dude, Temur is a dangerous color scheme.
Temur is,
You get the draws, you get the big creatures.
And Eski's an incredible commander. Very slept on commander. Don't sleep on Eski. That card draw with the power 4 ETBs, stupid. Plus she gets the counter.
Buffs.
Yeah. Very, very good. For only 3 mana. Very great commander. And you don't have to play dragons with her, as Dakota showed. You can play just big boys if you want. So.
Dang. I never even noticed the last ability too of if the spell's power is 6 or greater, Eski deals damage equal to Eski's power to each opponent.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the deck that I run doesn't really do anything more than power 4. So
that's fair.
It doesn't really trigger often. But yeah, I mean, that's a great potential game ender, right?
For sure.
Yeah, especially all those counters you're building up on her. But yeah, we could talk about our games all night, but it was interesting, the salt that happened. Love you, Dan, but you were definitely salty, and he knows it. I even got a little salty.
For sure.
But it was just because it caught me off guard, like I said, because I was so used to it being around turn 10. I was like, well, maybe I have a couple turns here to try to do something. And then it just ended, and I was like, God dang it.
And then it was just Magical Christmas Land.
It was Magical Christmas Land. Shouts out, man. Wan Shi Tong. That deck's good. You've done a great job with it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Put a lot of work into trying to make my blue mage friends proud. So
you're making me proud. I'm a proud papa. Speaking of deck building, though,
Yeah.
We have aspirations of building bracket ones, which is very tough to do, honestly. You're doing Aang.
I am Avatar Aang. So like I've mentioned before, I'm kind of on the side quest of life trying to track down all the Avatar cards. And after I got the latest Jumpstar booster box, RIP, I just had enough stuff lying around where it was like, you know what, this is all gonna like sit in a shoebox or a binder. Like, why not just try to make a deck that's all just all Avatar cards? And it was the first time that I thought of like a theme deck where it actually like sounded semi inviting to make. And so got the first draft all made, got it all sleeved up. It's I think there's potential. I honestly think, and we've talked before about how we both think Avatar is a very balanced set.
Yes.
And I really do think that like within that set there's enough tools. I don't have evidence of this, but like there's a mild conspiracy theorist part of me that is like, I think someone in there was hoping someone would make an Avatar Aang deck, and there's enough ingredients where you can have like a semi decent. Is it ever going to be bracket 3? No.
Yeah.
But could it be a solid 2? I think it could be a solid 2 when I do a little refining.
Yeah.
Now, where it's at right now is not anywhere near there at all. But I think it'll be just kind of fun. It's going to be hard getting him to transform. Doing all the bending techniques in one turn is going to be a big challenge. But I think it's going to be a fun challenge.
Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah. For me, I said my mono green deck, what I wanted to be Spider Ham. I think I'm going to make it my bracket 1
Are you?
deck.
Nice.
Yeah, because
I like it.
Obviously you've got the array of animals you can add to the funny farm, but the additional challenge I'm adding for myself is trying to find, so any cards that I'm including in it has to include either food or an animal.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I can't just have like rampant growth. Like it's got to have
some kind of like food.
A food or an animal on the card.
Like
the
many
art.
Partings where you fetch a basic land but make a food.
Something like that, yeah. Or just like literally on the art itself.
Has food on
it. Yeah. I'm running a hot dog cart in that deck.
I like it.
Yeah. So I thought that would be a fun, like forced bracket 1 deck.
Oh, that will be cool.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be fun having the bracket ones because it's just going to challenge us to play at a different pace.
Yeah.
And just see
very
the game
slow
differently.
pace.
Very slow.
And not like optimized at all.
No.
Yeah. Like no real synergies, no real game enders. Just like, well, maybe I'll fumble into having more creatures than my opponent.
Right. Like I'm pretty sure Aang's hope is like, I hope Aang can kill people.
Yeah.
Because other than that, like a lot of the allies are very weak.
Yep.
But we'll see.
I'm allowed to have spiders in my deck, so I'll have reachers at least.
There you go.
Yep.
Get a couple good spiders. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, soak up some turtles. I'm sure there's a lot of good turtle and food synergies. In there, you could get some goodies.
Yeah, definitely going to put in, it's mono green, so I forget the mono green food that's in that, but like that food artifact, guac and marshmallow pizza, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's I'm definitely throwing that in there.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Should be fun.
Yeah, and we'll report back here. We got a couple of weeks off from being able to play, but once we hit June, we'll be back in full force.
Yeah, busy month. We may sneak in some games here and there, depending.
True.
But I'm definitely going to be gone all week. But I'm going to have a lot of content from the beach. So everyone stay tuned for that on all the socials.
Maybe we can squeeze in a couple lunch hour commander rounds.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so upcoming sets. We have Marvel coming up.
Yep.
Didn't really get a whole lot.
But it's the next set.
But it is the next set.
And that's in June. Like, it's close.
Yeah, when is the release date of that? Let's see.
I don't remember the exact date.
June 26th.
Yeah, so pre-release is going to be
19th.
Yep. That's so close, man. And we know very little about the set, honestly.
Very little. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you getting excited for it? Or you feel like it's kind of, I don't know, because you got a lot with Spider-Man.
So
Hobbit in the distance.
I'm a Marvel head. You know me. Everyone knows that about me. I mean, heck, look, I've got Spider-Man all over me right now. But I will say The Hobbit set has me so geeked that I'm completely looking past Marvel at this point. And it's not for lack of, I mean, I'm still excited about the Marvel set. It's just I'm so looking forward to the Hobbit set that my expectations and hype are squashed a bit for Marvel. Literally because like I don't care about any other set right now except for Hobbit. I just want that Hobbit set right now. Dude,
I'm with you.
I haven't been this excited for a set in a long time.
We definitely need to both get a play booster box.
Oh yeah, I'm getting
release weekend and
so many different boxes.
Or like open them together.
Yeah, I'm getting so much product from the Hobbit. I just hope scalpers don't ruin it for us.
Right, and that's like part of my fear with the Marvel set. Honestly, is just the collectibles market creeping in, because there's going to be some like pretty cool alternate arts and things that people that aren't really trying to play are going to go after.
Hopefully it dies. Like hopefully, like with the Spider-Man set, the market for it crashes and you can get some stuff for pretty cheap, because like the alternate art Gwen Stacy, for instance, with the crop top, that thing was going for like $70. Like the non-foil was going for like $70 some when it first came out. Now you can get it for like 19. So hopefully it dies out.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. Definitely the hype's gonna be there from collectors. And I did pre-order I pre-ordered a bundle and a collector booster box from Amazon whenever it came online. So I've got those on lock already for Marvel.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll get any more product. Maybe I'll get just a regular play booster box. It depends. Honestly, I want to see more of the set before I decide.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's totally fair. Yeah, totally fair. Because you never know. It might be, I mean, as far as we know, it could just be like a Spider-Man Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like that size of a set. Like
right.
It could just be a really small thing, and they could say, hey, next summer we're coming back for part 2.
And maybe I'll cancel my pre-order for the collector booster box and reallocate those funds to Hobbit.
There you go. Yeah, now we're thinking big brain move right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll see. We got like a month. We're like a month out, a month and a week out.
Yeah.
Really a month from pre-release. Pre-release will be a month from this Friday.
Dude, it's crazy.
So, time is flying. I can't believe it's already almost the end of May. Insane.
Hard to believe, man. Hard to believe. This month is moving at a snail's pace for me, though, because I'm anticipating vacation. So, but yeah.
It's not hard to believe.
What?
That we're back with another round of Harambe's Hot Hits.
Heck yeah, man. We just finished the second round of Harambe's Hot Hits. For the first iteration, I did Giada, or Miku if you're nasty. You did
Toph. First Metal Bender.
First Metal Bender. And then last round, you did Corfold. And I did Ishin.
Mm-hmm.
So now...
Good stuff.
I think we're both going with monocolors this time around.
We are monoing it up. Mono-y mono.
Mono-y mono.
Yeah. You want to go first?
That's fine. So, you guys, just so you're aware, I'm probably going to make some Goblin merch to put on the site, because I'm now the Goblin guy in the pod, and I'm leaning completely into it, especially with the pre-con or the pre-constructed deck coming out for Secret Lair.
Yeah,
and I've got most of those cards, but I love all the flavor, and I'm going to buy it no matter what. Even if I have to pay aftermarket, I'm going to get it. Like at this point, I have to have it. So I got to shout out my boy Krenko, Goblin Gang. So Krenko is definitely going to be my Harambe's Hot Hit this time around. So it's Krenko Mob Boss, in case you didn't know which one I'm talking about specifically, because there's a couple different Krenkos. There's 10 Street Kingpin as well.
That card.
It's in this deck. Spoiler alert, but it's not a hot hit, at least not this time around. Krenko Mob Boss is 2 anything and 2 red. It's a legendary creature, Goblin Warrior. He has tap, create X 1/1 red goblin creature tokens, where X is the number of goblins you control. He is a 3/3. Now, I know this is in mini pods. It pretty much just goes burr. It gets out of hand really quickly if you don't take care of it. He's definitely a kill on sight commander. As Will found out, if you do put him to bed early, then it definitely hampers progress. You and your stupid witness protection.
Became a legitimate business person.
Yep. So, for the first round, I got to go with a goblin because it's a goblin deck, and I'm part of that goblin gang, baby. All right, so I actually didn't know about this card until Dan donated it to me. So shouts out Dan. It's not a very well-known card, I feel like, because it was only in the Jumpstart decks for, I forget which set this was, honestly, but one of the Jumpstart decks. I think it was for Foundations, maybe. Foundations Jumpstart. Okay. This is General Crate, the Bolt Bringer. He is 2 anything in a red, legendary creature, Goblin Soldier. He's just an uncommon. Whenever one or more goblins you control attack, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. Wow, that's great because you're creating more goblins on the board for whenever you tap with Krenko to create more goblins based on the number of goblins you have. Whenever another creature you control enters, General Crate the Bolt Bringer deals 1 damage to each opponent. He's a 2/2. So that's just insane synergy with Krenko. Not ability. Well, I guess they are abilities, but both abilities are so synonymous with Krenko because not only do you create more goblins when you attack, therefore creating you more goblins when you tap Krenko to create goblins, but you also are dealing damage every time you create those goblins. And it's to each opponent, which is just disgusting. What an incredible card, incredibly synergistic card for goblins, for Krenko specifically. I could see many utilities for this in other decks just because of how good it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only problem with him is he's $8. But well worth the little extra funds for, like I said, how well this synergizes with Krenko and everything else I've got going in that deck. So what an incredible card.
So cool. And I love that the first ability is, it's not whenever he attacks, it's just whenever one or more goblins.
Yep. So you don't even have to attack with him.
You can even have just a token attacking.
Yep.
And,
you get another token.
And
yeah.
So cool.
And you deal damage right away.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible card.
Pretty
Only
good.
3 mana is just stupid.
Pretty good.
Especially because in this deck I have a lot of ways to reduce my goblin costs. So he may just cost me 1 by the time I draw him, which is kind of filthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my hot hit number 1. Definitely an auto include in any goblin synergy deck.
I like it. All right, for this round of Harambe's hot hits, I'm going to talk about my Tifa Lockhart deck. I'm going to reconnect with my girl Tifa because it's been a while.
You haven't played with her in so long, man.
I haven't. I need to dust her off and
please do
play a few games.
Yeah.
Tifa Lockhart, so she's my mono green commander. She is 1 and a green for a 1/2 with trample, and then landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double Tifa Lockhart's power until end of turn. So the goal with this deck is really just lands. Everybody, as many lands as you can throw out there, making Tifa huge. And if she's not the one running you over, there's another creature that's trying to, just getting big off land synergy. So this go round for my first round, wanted to go with probably one of my favorite artifacts. It's only really good in this deck because of the forest synergy, but I've wanted a reason to run this for years, and it just works out perfect in Tifa, and that's Staff of Titania.
Ooh.
So Staff of Titania is an artifact equipment for 2 generic to cast. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of forests you control. And then whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 1/1 green forest dryad land creature token. Very cool, just very unique design. Mm-hmm. And for something like Tifa, where, I mean, the whole, she can get cartoonishly large very quickly, but in reality, all I have to do is deal you 21 damage.
Yep.
And that's it. And with something like Staff of Titania, you can pretty much just trip and fall and make her 21 or higher. I mean, it's just so synergistic. And I figured I would share. I kept track so far of my craziest Tifa win, and it actually came about because of Staff of Titania. And so I figured I would talk about that example just briefly. So all right. So I was doing 1v1 versus my buddy Michael. Shout out to Michael. I'm sorry I had to do this to you. So Tifa,
shout outs to your sacrifice.
Yeah. Pay the ultimate price for this story. So Tifa was equipped with Staff of Titania, and she was a 12-13, meaning I had 11 forests out on the battlefield. She's a 12-13. I played Boundless Realms, which is an amazing land fetch that might get mentioned in a later week. We'll see.
Spoilies.
Where basically you search your library for up to X basic land cards, where X is the number of lands you control. Put them on the battlefield tapped and then shuffle. So basically, if you're running mono green like I am, all of my lands are either basic forests or a fetch land to get me a basic forest. So it's all going to be basic lands. So I was able to fetch 11 lands. They all enter at the same time. When they're entering, her buff immediately gets increased before the triggered abilities go off. So she becomes a 23-24 and then gets 11 triggers of her power doubling.
Yeah.
And that took her up to 47,104 power, 24 toughness. Michael scooped, granted, before combat, but I'm just going to pretend that he didn't scoop. And what would have happened if I swung? The cool thing with Staff of Titania is that when the equipped creature attacks, you also get an additional landfall trigger because it makes this little land dryad creature do. And so swinging in makes that land, doubles her one more time. She was up to 94,210 power.
Imagine if she got swords and then you would have gained
all that. Just an insane. Yeah, but that's kind of the flavor of what I like to do with this deck is just, it's supposed to get cartoonishly big. I've like really embraced that side of green and playing mono green with this, where it's, big stompy creature gets really, 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 really big stompy.
Salt factor is super high for both Tifa and Krenko. So spoilers, not spoilers, but fair warning for any viewers out there that are thinking of building these decks. You might have to warn people like these can pop. Like these can go off quickly and end the game.
Very quickly.
High synergies. I mean, Krenko probably could get the game over with by turn 5 if everything hits, right? Tifa probably could get the game over with by turn 4 if everything hits.
Yeah. Turn 4, turn 5, pretty consistent if there's no removal. Yeah. Which gets tough to play against because you pretty much have to either mulligan for removal or...
Well, and that's the same for Krenko. Krenko, like you have to have removal or board wipe or you
just
lose.
Just gets out of hand too fast.
Yeah. So yeah, fair warning for folks because we've both experienced salt levels from opponents.
There's a reason why Tifa hasn't been played in quite some time.
Yeah.
She's fun though.
She is. Fun. Yeah, she's a nuke, man. She's a walking nuke, just ready to nuke players.
Moves fast and she hits hard.
Yep.
But Krenko,
just you like your women, moving fast and hitting hard,
and hitting me hard.
Yep.
But yeah, that's another round of us doing some Harambe's hot hits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Back again
next week.
Well, will we be next?
Yeah, next week's fine. Yeah, okay. Next week's fine.
Yeah, be back next week then for round 2.
Spoilers, I'll probably have another goblin. I think I might actually do all goblins for this, even though there's other crazy synergistic pieces. I just like the idea of just throwing out, here are the 5 coolest goblins you can run in Krenko. Because there's some cool ones, man.
There are
some really cool goblins.
There's some really old goblins that like are very synergistic.
Yeah, like there's goblin enchantments that are nutty as well.
Yeah,
which ups your goblin count.
It's one of the classic typals, right? I mean,
yep.
Historically, just one of the classics.
I was never a goblin guy before. Shouts out my really good friend Matt. one of my oldest best friends. He used to live with him, honestly, and he was always the goblin guy, and we always made fun of him for it. Now I've become him. So yeah,
Come full circle.
come full circle. It is fun. It's fun to play.
For sure.
Yeah, when you're just brain off, NASCAR is a lot of fun.
Yeah, there is something to that.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Yep. No thoughts, only goblins.
Yeah.
And for you, no thoughts, only forests.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If I'm not playing Lance, I'm not playing right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Yep. Yep. And like you said, there's something to that, like just being able to just not think about it and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the night, I don't want to play 4D chess anymore.
Yep.
Let's just have fun.
But that's the best thing about this game. You can play it however you want to.
So many different ways to play. For sure.
Yep. Well,
all right, man. Well, decks out for Harambe.
Decks out for Harambe. Hashtag it. Send it out, everyone.
Now.
If you're a Magic player, get it going. It's a fun one.
Run Harambe's Bauble in your pod. Let us know how it goes.
Please do. Also, if you're from this area, also let us know. Shout out in the comments if you're from the Cincy area, because yeah, we love this area. And shouts out Harambe. Decks out for Harambe.
Decks out, baby.
Rest in peace. But yeah, I'm super excited for this weekend, man. Excited to network and meet some folks and meet the artists and play a little bit, play a lot bit.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else.
I don't either. Gilly, got anything to say?
That's probably what she's thinking right now.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.